Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC. We are back in the shop. The thorns are done. So we are now going back to the November and December builds. And I have a ton of work to do. It's gonna be good. All right, guys, so the last time we talked, November, December, we had started these four and I got them into a really good spot, plus the two rock hoppers. But this is the spike in Vanax, or LMAX, I'm sorry. This is going to be the skeletonized spike in LMAX. And then these three are all Nitro V, the Tobico, Torcido, and the Wesser. I'm doing a Wesser, that's in Nitro V. We have the Tobico, again, Nitro V, and Torcido. So these are all going to get done, and I've pretty much prepped them all, and now they are ready for grinding. They're ready to get their bevels. So without further ado, guys, I need to get into this. All right, guys, so sometimes I have a good day on the grinder, and there was today. I struggled today. I'm not really sure why. I was able to get everything looking pretty good, and then I flipped it over, and then just everything went sideways. The Tobico is not great. I'm going to end up having to hand sand all that out and try to make it look a little bit better. I'm just not super happy with the way that the grinds came out. And then the spike. I had the spike perfect on one side. I wanted to stop the bevel right about here, right about a third of the way up. And then I flipped it over and did the other side, and everything went wrong. And then I was chasing it, and then I decided I'm gonna use my hand. I'm just gonna do one couple passes, and it slipped out of my hand, and then the grinder caught it, and it just totally messed up the spine. So I ended up doing a full grind on both sides just to correct my mistake, and I'm gonna end up hand sanding it out. I know there was a couple people that were interested in this, but they really wanted this finish. And although the handle will still have that finish, up here will be a full grind. I mean, I did get it really thin at the edge, which is awesome, which is such a thick stock. And I'm going to just kind of smooth off the edges a little bit. I'm going to try to blend in my oops up here. So I'm going to kind of round, not really going to round it, but I do want to somewhat round all of the sharp edges on the handle and on the spine, like I do on most of my skeletonized blades, just to make them a little bit more comfortable in the hand. Like I said, we're still going to have this finish back here, but unfortunately on the blade I wasn't able to keep it. So yeah, there's good days and there's bad days. I guess I'm feeling the pressure on these, and today or tomorrow I'm taking a day off to making, and I'm hoping I can regain myself and do these very well, because this one's not easy, and the Wesser is a customer build, and I don't want to screw that one up. All right, guys, I am doing much better. So we had our Tobico and we had the spike. I still have to fix all of whatever I messed up on the spike. It'll be okay. But I also did the Torcido, which came out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Just a couple things I would like to fix on it, and the Wesser came out really well as well. So we're both looking good there. So next step, I need to put the sharpening choil on all of these. I need to start doing the edges on the spike and figuring out softening all of that edge off a little bit, and then hand sanding all of these out. I'm going to hand sand all of them. the Wesser is getting a tumbled finish. I'm thinking of acid etching and tumbling these two just based on what I have planned for the handle materials, which I'm not ready to share with you guys yet. We are far away from that because these have to get sent out for heat treat still, along with all of these. So these all have to get sent out for heat treat. So I'm just trying to get these cleaned up and ready for heat treat. So I'm going to start doing the sharpening choil on these. I'm going to do something fun for this one. I don't have to do a sharpening choil on this, but I'm going to, just because I have something fun I want to do for the sharpening choil on that one. And then I also need to get these prepped for heat treat. Plus, I'm hand sanding all these out, and I'm going to be doing these during my live stream today, because that's going to take hours of hand sanding all of these out, because basically I need to get all these grind lines out, and that's going to take a while. All right, guys, sharpening choil is in, and what do you think of that? I kind of rounded everything off so it's smooth in the hand. That's comfortable grip, because that's basically what the knife is going to look like, except I'm going to hand sand the finish up here, get all that out. I might, once it's done heat treating, I'm going to have to clean all the edges up anyway, so I could just take like some 400 grit sandpaper and just clean up and polish all the edges, and it'll be great. But obviously I need to get some of this off, which I can just sand off fairly easy. But I think that's going to look pretty stinking cool. What do you guys think? Well, I got 3 more to do. Hey, I forgot to show you guys, but I got a upgrade on my Dremel. On the decision to upgrade this was all based on some knowledge I gained from Corey Holly. So normally I just use my Dremel tool, but I bought this extender, which means I can just hang that here, and I have such a smaller area or smaller tool to really be refined to do it. Plus, it's now powered by a foot pedal. So now, using my safety Crocs, yeah, so this is pretty stinking cool. I can control the speed still on the Dremel. I still have to control the speed like on this, so I can go really high or really low. But it's on and off there, so I don't have to do everything. So this is going to be awesome. It helps me, it's much smaller at the, where the tool is. I have a much smaller area to get in besides the big diameter of this. So this is going to help, and I'm pretty excited about it. All right, here we are. We got all of the sharpening choils put in. I cleaned up the finger area so it's nice and smooth in there. It's not going to hurt anybody. So now it's time to start hand sanding all of these out. And I'm going to be doing this during the live stream. I'm excited that the spike is turning out. I was really worried about this, but I think that's still going to look really cool. I'm going to put my maker's mark over here. And I think on this side, I'll put like L-Max or something. I'll etch L-Max when it's all said and done. But I really need the hands. I would love to keep this belt finish, but it's not real even. And because I messed it up, I'm just going to hand sand it out, make it smooth. But yeah, that thing should be fun. This was just a side project. Again, the spike handle is usually a little bit longer. It's actually 4 fingers instead of like 3.5. So, but I'll put a lanyard on this. It'll be cool. But the Wesser looking good. The Tobiko. And what do you guys think of that sharpening choil on that? I did a different sharpening choil on that. I think that's fun. I think that is definitely a different look to it. I don't know what you guys think, but I kind of like it. right, guys, the live stream went well, and I was able to hand sand and prep all 4 of these for heat treat. Again, we have the Torcido, the Tobico, and Nitro V, and the last one that I had to do was the Wesser, and that one looks good too. This is also Nitro V. So all of these are now prepped and ready for heat treat. And then the LMAX Spike, I think, ended up looking really good. So all of these are ready for heat treat. That's awesome. So I need to get those sent up for heat treat. So here's my plan for the next couple months, just so you guys know. These 4 are going out to heat treat. Once those go out, then I have another 4 I'm going to work on, and these are all in AEB-L. So these are the 2 rock hoppers that are in AEB-L, and then I have 2 more customer builds that I'm doing to end the year. And this is also AEB-L. This is a pedal and 1 more Wesser, and then I am done with customer builds for 2025. So the plan is, or the goal is that I send these out to heat treat. Then I work on the other 4, the AEB-L. And then I work on those, and then I'm able to get those out to heat treat. Then all the stainless will be out for heat treat, so hopefully I can get those back before the end of the year to give myself enough time to finish those. In the meantime, I have 2 prototype designs that I am working on. I've talked to you guys about the Max, and I've shared this project with you, and I'm going to be making 2 of these. One in ADCRV2, and the other one will be in the Pops Pro Cut. The Pro Cut is a Pops Knife Supply original steel, and they had a little deal that you get an 8-inch bar of steel and some handle materials, and you're supposed to make a knife and share it on Facebook. Well, I don't have Facebook, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm interested in trying out a new steel. So we have the Max, which is going to be overall 8-inch blade. It fits perfectly on this 1 bar, and it's going to work out pretty stinking cool. I don't have to cut too much of it, and it's going to take up pretty much that whole bar, which works for me. And it ends up being a larger kind of bushcrafty, maybe EDC for some people, but not for me. But that is going to be a nice beefy blade for sure. I'm going to make 2 of them. 1 in Pro Cut, 1 in ADCRV2. Then the other prototype design I'm going to do, I've shared it, and I've had it sitting on my desk for probably about a year, and I haven't done anything, and that's this. And this is the Cardinal clip point. So I have the Cardinal, which is just a drop point blade, and now we're going to do a Cardinal clip. So it's going to be a nice little EDC. And it's going to be an ADCRV2, so I'm going to keep it nice and small, and I'm going to be able to do this in-house. So I'm excited about getting that into steel and seeing how that works. But I have to cut out cut out the wood and get blanks made of that and just do the whole deal with those. And then finally, to finish up the year, I have 2 mini gargoyles left that need to get done. So I'm going to do 2 mini gargoyles. Again, this is ADCRV2, so I can do all of this in-house. And the last of the water jet naked columns. The naked column doesn't seem to sell very well, and it's not very popular, although the people that do have them enjoy them. But the problem with the column was when I originally got these cut out, they were way too big. So all of that marker is we're going to be removing all of that material and reshaping that. So it's going to take a little bit of work, but these are skeletonized models. So just like the Spike being a skeletonized handle, that's what these guys are too. So this is all ADCRV2, and once I get them heat treated, then it goes pretty fast, and I just have to grind them, shape them. I don't have to do handles or anything. So these builds will go pretty fast, knock on wood, that everything goes well. So on the bench, that means there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And if I can finish all of those before the end of 2025, that puts me exactly at 100 blades. And then, if I have time, I have this little piece of Damascus
and that I cut out. That's right. Maybe a package hatchet or two if I can get to it. How about a Damascus package hatchet? I got your attention, didn't I? Anyway, guys, that's kind of what I have for you. And then, of course, I have these pry bars that have just been sitting here asking to get done too. But, you know, not that I have anything else to do. So the bench is full. And I hope you guys are excited for the next 2 months because I plan on getting as much done as I possibly can. But we'll see where it goes. Hopefully nothing else comes up and I'm able to finish these off in a good amount of time. So, guys, I thank you so much. You're awesome. And I look forward to getting all of these projects finished up for you guys. And there's some really cool stuff coming for handles, etc. It's going to be pretty stinking fun. So thank you so much. Please remember, subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. That choice is always yours.